Hi guys, it's Eugene Design here, and I want to show you how to use concept art Photoshop action. In a few words, you need to open your photo, play the action, and also paint the area where you want to see more detailed result. And that's all. That's all what you need to do. So first of all, I want to show you a few examples, few results, which you can get using this action. So here is the first example. It's original photo. Then you need to paint the area. And after that, you can get this result. It's a concept art result. And also a few examples. Original photo, area layer, and result. Also you can create different color variations like this. Next example. You can play this section with all types of photos. Here is the result. And also a few examples. Okay, let's go to the Photoshop. And before use the action, you need to check a few things. The first one is you need to check that you use the English version of Photoshop. For that, go to the Edit, Preferences, Interface, and you can see that the language of my version of Photoshop is English. The next thing that you need to check is the RGB color mode. So your photo must have the RGB color mode with 8 bits channel. It's very important things. And the last thing what you need to check is go to the layers panel, click on a menu icon at the right, click on panel options, and please make sure that the add copied layers and groups parameter is switched on. So that's all. And after that, you need to do a few important steps. In a few words, you have to load presets files like brushes, patterns, tools, and of course the action file. So let's load firstly brushes file. For that, go to the Edit, Presets, Preset Manager. In preset type, select brushes, click load, then go to your download folder and just load a concept art brushes file. Okay, you can see that this brushes file is loaded now. Click Done. Next step, load a patterns file. Go to the Edit, Presets, Preset Manager. But now in Preset tab, select Patterns. Click Load. Go to your Download folder again and load Concept Art Patterns file. It's a very important thing, guys. Please don't forget about this. Click Done. And the next step, go again to Edit, Presets, Preset Manager. And now set the preset type to Tools. Click Load. And just load Concept Art Tools. And this message from Photoshop, you need to click on Load as Tools. This message shows only in Photoshop CC 2018. So if you use the previous versions of Photoshop and you don't see this message, that means that all works fine. Load as Tools. Click and click Done. And the last step before using the action, go to Window, Actions. You can see the Actions panel now, and click on menu icon at the right. Click Load Actions and just load Concept Art Photoshop action. You can see this action at the Actions panel. You can close the Actions panel now. And actually at this moment you can use action, you can play action, but a few very important notes. First note, please use a high quality photos. To check the resolution of your photo, just open your photo, go to image size, and please check the resolution. I highly recommend to use photos with a resolution between 3000 and 6 or 5000 pixels on one axis. If you want to increase or decrease resolution, just change one of these values to 3000 pixels or more. Okay, and also one important note, please before play the action, make sure that opacity value, flow value must be 100%. Also, please set smoothing parameter to 0%. And please make sure that these buttons must be switched off, like in my Photoshop. And also make sure that normal mode is selected. It must be normal. Okay, that's all. You can go to Actions panel, Window Actions, then open Concept Art Photoshop action to see all steps. Then select Concept Art Photoshop action. You can see now the play button is active and you can click to play the action. But please don't forget about important note that I said to you before. Click play. And after 1 second, the message from Photoshop, now you have to paint an area where you want to focus. For example, it can be a face or any another object on your image. Please don't make the area too small. Please paint only on area layer. You can see the area layer right here. When you finish paint the area, please press play button on the actions panel. And here is play button. To continue, click stop. So guys, just click stop, paint where you want to focus. For other types of photos, you can paint full image space. Also, you can change the size of brush. So it's very easy step. The area is done. Now you have to click play button and just wait a few minutes. The speed of action work depends of the power of your computer. So please wait a few minutes and I show you how to improve your result. I scroll at this step. Okay guys, the action finished work, and now I show you how to improve and edit the final composition. But firstly, I want to show you how to close all folders, because in some versions of Photoshop, the folder structure can looks something like that. So you can see all folders are opened. So to close all folders, you have to click and hold Ctrl plus Alt keys combination if you're on PC. If you're on Mac, just click and hold Options key. So click and hold, and at the same moment just open and close the first main folder. And now you can see that all folders are closed. So let's start to edit the final composition. You can see few folders. It's background elements. Let's hide few of them. Background elements, pencil strokes, main digital strokes, more details, additional strokes, background options, paint drops, and sketch mode. You can see that a sketch mode is invisible now, but this sketch mode is a very easy and a very quick way to turn the concept art composition to kind of sketch concept art composition. So to use it, just make visible this folder, select mask of the folder, and using brush tool, by default the brush tool and the type of brush already selected, and change the color of brush to black, and just paint where you want to add concept art regions, maybe details. So it's easy, like a children game, really easy and quick. Also, you can see that we have some pencil lines or pencil strokes. It's not looks good. So we can erase these pencil lines also. Just open the sketch mode folder, select pencil strokes for sketch layer and select mask of this layer. And using brush tool with black color, just paint where you want to hide these pencil strokes or pencil lines. So it's most easier and quick way, as I said, to turn your concept art composition to kind of sketch composition. And also don't forget that you can change the color of sketch background. You can use any colors. So here is difference. And let's go to first folder of composition. It's background elements folder. This folder contains original photo base and concept art base, and you can use the concept art base to add more details because if you hide the concept art base layer, you can see the original details from the original photo. So you can use the layer mask with brush tool to add some details. There is another way to add some details to your photo, but it's also very quick and useful way to show some details. Also, you can see hue and saturation tool and brightness and contrast tool. You can set these tools also. And you can see add color tone to background. It's very easy way to add the light color tone, make visible this layer and select the color what you want to see. Because of the color of original photo is too much blue, you can see now a very big difference when I change the color of this color tone. But please note that for some types of photos, the difference is very amazing. Okay, let's go to the next layer. It's pencil strokes. As you see from the name of this layer, it's a pencil strokes. So you can set the opacity to 100% and you can see these strokes. Also, please pay attention that you can easily change the color of pencil strokes. I think black color looks better for this example. And you can erase some regions of pencil strokes using a layer mask. Okay, let's go to next folder. It's main digital strokes. This folder contains many digital strokes, many layers, so you can also adjust the final result by hiding or by changing opacity of some of these folders. And also this folder contains hue and saturation tool, as you can see. Let's try to set this tool. Actually, this tool change the hue and saturation of this layer. So let's firstly increase the opacity. And now you can see the difference. Okay, you also can see brightness, contrast, and hue saturation tools. So you can try to adjust these values if you need, if you want. Next folder, it's more details. And as you remember, there is the second way to add more details. So here is this way. Add more details, more region details, layer, select mask of this layer, and just paint using white color. You can see the difference. Also, you can adjust the opacity. If you want to hide some regions of origin details, just use black color. And also you can see folder with details parts, and also other details folder. You can see white details. You can adjust the opacity of white details. And also you can set levels of white details. Let's go to next additional strokes folder. This folder contains only 2 layers with additional strokes, and as you can see, one of these layers is invisible. So let's make visible this layer and let's set the opacity. You can see the difference. Also, don't forget that you can always use masks of any folders, any layers. So if you need to hide some details, some layers or some folders, you can easily do this by painting on mask. Let's hide some additional strokes. Select mask, select brush tool with black color, and let's little increase the size of brush and just paint. You can see the difference. Also, you can make visible some parts using white color. So let's go to next folder. It's background options folder. You can see many layers inside this folder. To quite understanding of how it works, how to use all these tools, I firstly hide all these layers, and let's firstly show what is the blurred background area. So you can use this blurred area. Also, big background strokes, you can see the difference. Small background strokes, also soft background strokes, and color background strokes. Let's change the opacity, and you can see that difference is big. And also you can see hue, saturation and brightness and contrast tool for each of these layers. So let's try to change the hue and saturation of small background strokes. Okay, you can see. Same with brightness and contrast. So you can get actually really amazing results using this action, this concept art action. I really love this tool, and I really enjoy to work with this action. It's a very wonderful action. So, and of course you can set these parameters for other layers. And as you can see, a little changed the mask of layer without any comments. So let's change small background strokes mask. Just select layer mask with white color. If you want to add more small background strokes to your composition, so you can add more strokes very easy. You can add more big background strokes very easy by few clicks. And let's add a few accidentally strokes. Okay. Looks very nice. I really like the result. And also you can see background color mask. Let's make visible this mask. You can also change the color of this background. And also you can just use the mask of this tool, of this layer. Okay, looks nice. And you can see shadow frame layer. Let's go to next folder, paint drops folder. I also hide all layers that you can see difference. It's small paint drops. Here is these drops. Middle paint drops. And if you want, you can also add big paint drops. You can adjust the result by painting on mask of this layer. And also, if you're very crazy person, you can also show big number of paint drops. So for some artistic works, this layer will be very useful. You can also adjust color of these paint drops by setting the hue and saturation tools. So long story short, you can change and edit anything in this composition. Okay, let's go to next folder. We used sketch mode, and the next folder it's 10 color effects. Please pay attention that you can combine a few color effects. Okay guys, and let's go to last folder, color and contrast settings of all image. And as you remember, I showed you two color variations with this photo. So now I want to show you how to create such result. For that, we will use add gradient to all image tool. Let's make visible this gradient. You can adjust the opacity. I recommend to set it to about 60%. And the next thing what you need to do is to go to background options folder and just make visible background color mask layer. And let's also increase brightness and contrast of this composition. And of course you can adjust your gradient. You can edit the angle of gradient. You can scale your gradient, move. And the last step to create these compositions, it's hue saturation tool. Make double click and just move hue slider and enjoy the result. So you can create very amazing color variations using these few steps. Very nice. And also you can add photo filter to your image. Make double click, select photo filter from list, set the opacity, you can add quick black and white filter, and you can add color tone to all image. So that's all. Here is result. Also basic color variation. I'm really like it. And guys, very important note, very important thing. If you want to play this action with the same photo, you need to close the result, and then you need to open your photo again, and only after that you can play the action again. Please follow this rule to exclude many errors in future. So thanks for your time, thanks for watching, and good luck.